All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Music City. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers series is at Nashville Superspeedway. It's race number 7 of the season. 110 laps here tonight. This flat concrete oval. Fun track, man. A lot of room to race here. It's going to be a very, very fun race. Things are heating up in the points championship, and this could be a big one. Who's got what it takes? Who's going to take home the victory? Gonna have to find out by watching it right here live on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers series heads to the home of country music, Music City, Nashville Superspeedway for a 110-lap race. This is going to be wild. Hang on, boys and girls. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. We got a good one here for you tonight. Right now, we are in the practice session. Just a little under 10 minutes left to go in the practice session. This is Nashville Superspeedway. I'm your commentator, your broadcast director, Heath Johnson. Thanks so much for coming in. This is race number 7 of the season. 110 laps here tonight. Just a little under a mile and a half in length, 1.33 mile, 2.145 kilometer in length. And this is a fun track. We'll take a look at the track here at Nashville, located in Lebanon, Tennessee. Banking in the turns at 14 degrees, so kind of flat. There's a lot of room to race here. This thing is a little rough in the turns, kind of abrasive on the tires, but a lot of room to race here. Should be a fun one. Can be a little tricky on pit road. You got to enter pit road off of or entering turn 3, come around turns 3 and 4 on the apron of the track, and then rejoin the track on the backstretch after turn 2. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Not only here in the United States, but EliteHostingUSA.com can actually provide servers in your region of the world for rFactor 2. 3 self-managed server packages available for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. And again, thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Man, seems like an eternity since we've done a broadcast again. And it was just last week. And look at that, man. We got Richard Brooks in here. One of the most rock and roll guys that I know, man. Guy loves his music and a great racer, great friend over at Sim Racing Mania. I see him in the chat session. And also Todd Robillard there welcoming everybody here. He's our admin tonight, and wish him the best of luck as well. Thanks to him for all he does. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's right there. And then if you'd like to smash the bell, make sure you smash the bell. I think this bell is somewhere back there behind my head. Maybe not. anymore. Make a donation. If you'd like to make a donation, there's a button up at the banner of the channel to make a donation straight through PayPal. Pretty easy to do. Please hit that thumbs up button and definitely pay attention to that stuff and share my videos with all of your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share my videos. Man, we got some friends in here already. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Richard Brooks, Todd Robillard already joining us in the chat session. Love that. Good luck to Claudio and Todd here tonight. Both those guys racing. So it should be a fun race. Got a pretty good size field. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. This is race number 7 of the season. Next week we have Chicagoland Speedway, August 6th, 98 lap there, race there from that 1.5-mile track. Indianapolis Motor Speedway hitting you in the face there on August the 13th, 70 lap race there. Atlanta Motor Speedway, 100 lap race on August the 20th to finish out the season. Getting the word that somebody wants to see the tower. There we go. Get a good look at Nashville Superspeedway. Again, just under 1.5 miles in length, 1.33 mile track to be exact. And NASCAR just went back to this track too, but this is a track I actually helped on smooth out the mesh in the turn. So Paulo Chachalowski did the work of converting this over from rFactor 2 or rFactor 1, and then asked me to help him out and smoothing out some of the mesh on the turns. It's a little bumpy, so we still got a little bumps there, but I think that's what this real track is. We got a huge race coming up tomorrow, Daytona Road Course in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. This is going to be a great one, man. We start off at a little bit about 5:30 in the afternoon, man. The sun's just starting to want to set. And then we're going to transition into a night race. This should be a fantastic one, man. Fun series, Daytona Road Course and the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. That race will be live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on TurnLeftTV. Richard Brooks has asked me what I thought about the roadmap today, and to be honest with you, I have not read the roadmap. I did peek at it a little bit. I think they're doing some broadcast overlay stuff, so I don't know. Hope whatever they do, they're going to make it better. That's the spirit of the thing, and I understand what they're doing. Sometimes I think they get a little bit ahead of themselves, or so we're getting ready to go to qualification session. While we do that, let's take a look at the season standings. Coming into tonight's race, Claudio Bardelli Jr., 218 points, that leads in the points. Colin Matiak just a shad behind in second. Todd Robillard sits in third position. Lucas Simpsoner comes in tonight in fourth. Givaldo Spindola in fifth. Artur Vieira sits in the sixth position. Sean Jacobs seventh. Jim Willis is eighth. Christian Wilson starts in the ninth position. Ed Palumbo is 10th in points coming into tonight's race. Guys are heading over to the qualification session. We'll talk a little bit about the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way. Bristol Motor Speedway, 200 laps coming up tomorrow. Race number 5 of that third season of 2021. This should be a great one, man. Bristol beating and banging 200 laps in the Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Series. Open setups, 1X tires, 1X fuel, 60% damage setting there. And this should be a great race. Racing starts at 9 p.m. or 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Christian Wilson will be the first one out on the track to get his qualification attempt in. Number 30 car for Christian Wilson. I suggest you he probably will have some family members out here cheering him on. Paulo Chachalowski joining us in the chat session. Or gave him some kudos for doing the groundwork on this. Christian Wilson with a target time of 29.008 is his time. So he's setting the target there for guys to 28.592. Colin Matiak already bettering that. And Palumbo with his qualification attempt. Second on the grid, 28.716 for the Palumbo, the Palumbian. Colin Matiak, the top time here so far. Take a look at Todd Robillard in his qualification attempt. He is 4th on the grid. Glenn Wilson joining us in the chat session saying let's hope for a good race. Definitely. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91. His qualification attempt. So Madiak the top time here so far, 28.592. Bardelli Jr. with his attempt. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car here, setting down his lap. 28.613, currently 3rd on the grid. Artevieta there jumps to the top position with a 28.543. Take a look at this Zach Muncasey in the 29 car. His qualification attempt there, looks like he might have backed off there. So he's gotten one in. He's 11th on the grid. '68 Givaldo Spindola. His qualification attempt. Currently 8th on the grid with that time. .035, so 8th place for Givaldo. Lucas Sinfner in the 21 car going out. His Flexio sponsored Mustang. Oh, man, he smacks the wall coming off the turn. That is going to definitely affect his qualification attempt there. 28.952 for Luca, and he's got damage to that machine. So currently 9th on the grid for the 21 car. Now with a little bit of a boogered up race car here, can he lay down a solid qualification lap here and better himself on this second lap? Across the line here for Luca, 28.767. 7th place effort for Luca. So Glenn Wilson says, let's hope for a good race. Definitely hoping for a good race. Paulo Chachalowski, boa noche, my friend. Ricky Emerson coming in here as well. So good to see those guys joining us in the chat session and watching the race here tonight. So it looks like qualification is finished. We'll give you the official results once the qual session runs out. These guys are going through the driver's meeting as we speak. Don't forget, you can join us over at highoctaneracing.net. Get updates on the schedule, points, standings, also current times the guys are running throughout the week on that rFactor 2 times link. Also screenshots of past winners, past champions, and then a good quick link over to TurnLeftTV. That's highoctaneracing.net. Also, don't forget, you can join us over on Discord if you're interested in racing here with High Octane Racing League. Join us on Discord following that address. We would love to have you over at our Discord channel. Get you set up, get out on the track and race with us. Well, who got the win last week at Riverside? Well, that was a fun race, man. It came down to Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Luca Simpfner. Luca Simpfner, I tell you, Bardelli Jr. led quite a bit of the race. Luca Simpfner also led quite a few laps, but Luca, the 21 car, led the lap that mattered, and that was the final one, that 21 car. So congratulations to Luca Simpfner on getting the win at Riverside last week. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishing second. Ed Palumbo finished in the third position. Fourth was Todd Robillard. Finishing in the fifth position was Tim Lansbury. See Preston Hassel, Chris Hughes, Givaldo Spindola, Jim Willis, and Christian Wilson rounding out the top 10. So that was last week's race. Again, congratulations to Luca Simpfner on getting that win. So the qualification is officially finished. We will take a look at the session results. Artur Vieira in that 4 car starts on the pole. In second, outside row 1, Colin Matiak in the 13. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start inside row 2. Todd Robillard in the 90 will start outside row 2 in the 4th position. Chris Hughes, good qualification effort by the 7 car. Qualifies in 5th, inside row 3. Outside row 3 will be the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Christian Wilson, good solid qualification for him. I'll tell you what, man, that race program has really improved a lot there. 30 car starts in the 7th position, inside row 4. Outside row 4 will be Luca Simpfner in the 21 car. Tim Lansbury starts in the 9th position in the 82. In the 68, Givaldo Spindola starts in the 10th position. Starting in the 11th position will be Tiago Gomez in the 9X machine. Danilo Coelho starts in the 12th position. Zachman Casey starts in 13th in the 29 car. Gilmar Peixoto starts in the 14th position in the 5X. Dan Richter in the 6X starts in 15th. So those are the qualification results. I think we actually have another driver who will be joining us. Will be starting in the 16th position. So we're getting our picks in. Who we think is going to win the race tonight? I am picking to win this race Arthur Vieira in the 4 car. Looks like Richard Brooks is picking Ed Palumbo. You can only get one pick, man. You can't have a backup. You only get one pick, bro. About 3.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series at Daytona Road Course. 50-minute race there, and it is race number 5 of the season. Race number 4 of the season. Sorry about that. Race number 5 is Road Atlanta. So Daytona night race. July 31st is a very, very important date in my life. That was the day that I went into the United States Air Force. It's also the date that I got out of the United States Air Force 6 years later. Ricky Emerson going with Colin Matiak to win this race. We'll take a look at the keys to the race here tonight. These are my keys to the race. My keys to the race. Ricky, where were you this week, man? You're supposed to help me out on that, bro. Okay, man, you got to be ready to adjust your groove. I don't know what that means. Richard, what's adjust your groove mean, bro? Be ready to race different racing lines, man, as this thing rubbers in and also the tires start to wear out. Be able to adjust that racing groove. There's room to race here. Tire management, man. You got to save those tires so you can put that car wherever you need to do so later in the run. Pit stops, make sure your pit stops are on point, man. It's going to be a little tough, a little challenging getting on pit lane. But make sure those pit stops are on point, and then guard your yard. That means make sure that you've got your position, and then try to manage that position. Make sure that guys are going to have to really, really push to get around you. Those are my keys to the race. About 30 seconds left to go. Michael Brooks joining us in here. Ricky Emerson, Michael Brooks, Richard Brooks. Got a whole slew. I got half of Great Britain in here right now. The best part of Great Britain in here right now. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Let's get this party started. Nashville Superspeedway, 110 laps, race number 7.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
No. What? Why do they... Looks like they got to restart there. Somebody left the server. Okay, so it looks like whomever is rejoined. Yeah.
Attention grid, all non.
All right, looks like whomever has decided to come back. And we'll see what the starting order is here. All right, the starting order: Arthur Vieta in the 4-car starts in P1. Colin Madiak second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the 3rd position. Todd Robillard starts in 4th. Starting in the 5th position is Chris Hughes in the 7-car. Ed Palumbo starts in the 6th position, the 54. Christian Wilson starts in 7th in the 30-car. Lucas Simpsoner in the 21 starts in 8th. Starting in the 9th position is Tim Lansbury in the 82. Givaldo Spindola starts in the 10th position in the 68 car. Tiago Gomez in the 9X starts in the 11th position. Danilo Coelho starts in 12th. Zachman Casey in the 29 starts 13th. Gilmar Peixoto starts 14th. In 15th, Dan Richter in the 6X. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts in the 16th position. So that's the starting order here tonight. All right, here we go. Arthur Vieta will lead the field to take the green flag here at Nashville and do 2 laps under the caution, under yellow here. 2 pace laps. 16 drivers joining us here. Actually, looks like Dan Richter still in the pits for some reason. Not sure what happened to him. So the 4 and the 13 side by side here for the start. Lights are out on the pace car. Here we go. This is a 110 lap race. Nashville, very, very fun track too, by the way. Pace car is in. Here we go, boys and girls. 13 crowding that 4 car a little bit.
Green flag, go, go, go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
So we're off into turn 1. The 4 car on the inside. 13, Colin Madiak on the outside line. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 3rd position. Madiak has a good run on the outside line. Vieta now back to 2nd as Madiak takes the lead. Vieta sliding up the track. He's going to leave the door open there for the 91 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to try to slide through. Bardelli Jr. down to the inside. Vieta's lost a couple positions. Colin Madiak won last time out here at this track. Bardelli Jr. and the 4 car of Artur Vieta here battling it out. Take a look at Chris Hughes running in the 4th position. Todd Robillard running in 5th. All aboard here with Chris Hughes as he runs in P4. This guy really is new to HORL and has really shown a lot of promise, man. Continuing to improve, race in, race out. I think it's just a matter of time before we see Chris Hughes get a big win. Wow, man, Colin Madiak, the race leader, but he's got Claudio Bardelli Jr. breathing down his neck here, so keep in mind, Claudio Bardelli Jr. really likes this track. Madiak got the win last time out here at Nashville. A couple of our Brazilian drivers there, the 91 Bardelli Jr. running in P2, Artur Vieta in the 3rd position in that 4 car. Take a look at Ed Palumbo here in the 54 running in the 6th position. Starting to get a little crazy there. Look at that, man. That is a hornet's nest. Looking out the front of Ed Palumbo's machine. Todd Robillard here looking like he wants to go by on the high side. He's got a little help there with the 54. Yeah, Palumbo there helping that 90 car get around the 7. Lucas Simpsoner in the 21 running in the 8th position. A little bit of a gap there between P7 P8. Tim Lansbury running right behind him. We'll take a look out of the back of Lucas Simpsoner's machine. Now Tim Lansbury, Givaldo Spindola, and Sean Jacobs. So a little bit of a gap there between that front group and that 2nd group. This is a mess right here. 7 of Chris Wilson looks like he wants to get that spot back. Trying that inside line, not able to pull off that pass. See how rough this track can be. On board here with Chris Wilson, looking ahead at Todd Robillard. Just behind him is Ed Palumbo running in the 6th position. Chris Hughes up there. Sorry about that. Christian Wilson running in the 7th position in that 30 car. Tail end of this lead pack here. That 30 having a pretty good night here so far. Again, another one of those drivers new to HORL. It's really showing some, a lot of improvement. So we're good to see that, man. One of our young drivers, dedicated, man. I see him on the server throughout the week, getting prepared, and it shows, man. That race program has improved a ton. Artur Vieta here continuing to give up a few spots, and oh man, a 7 and a 54 about got into one another. Out of the back of Artur Vieta's machine, that 30, the 54, and the 7 are clustered there together. 54 running in the 5th position. Chris Wilson now back to 6th. Chris Hughes, I should say. See if we can't get this pass here. This is a mess right here. That is an absolute mess. So Ed Palumbo and Claudio Bardelli Jr. were battling it out. Take a look at this. Ed Palumbo up on the high line. Claudio Bardelli Jr. ends up getting that spot back. Todd Robillard continuing to move forward here. Take a look at Todd Robillard's pass here on. Oh man, there was contact between the 91 and the 13. Did you see that? There was contact. We'll take a look at another look at this. Here's the 91 just ahead. He gets into the back of Colin Matiak, and he's going to end up losing a couple spots right there. Take a look at another angle of this. See that right there just ahead as the 91 gets into the back of the 13. That 13 sideways, hanging on to that thing. And Bardelli Jr. end up losing another spot here. So he's now back to the 4th position. Vieira now running in the 3rd position. Todd Robillard up to the 2nd spot. Colin Matiak, the race leader. Take a look at the 13. Colin Matiak leading the field. Man, he was hanging on for dear life. Go on board here with him. Watch this. Watch him work this wheel. Look at that. Man, he was twisting that wheel side to side and saving that thing. Great job to Colin Matiak for hanging on to that thing. Take a look at this. Christian Wilson and Chris Hughes battling it out. Christian Wilson in the 30 car, Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Battling it out, and Christian Wilson taking that spot. Zach Casey in the 29. Tim Lansbury in the 82. Battling it out. That 29 car getting to get by that Toyota. Now up to the 11th position. Tim Lansbury now back to 12th. Sean Jacobs. Chris Hughes battling it out. The 24. Sean Jacobs down on the inside line. He's going to try to get Christian Wilson as well. This 24 starting to move forward. He likes to save those tires and see how well they shake out later in the run. So Sean Jacobs now picking up another spot. He's now up to the 6th position. 90 car, Todd Robillard trying to get around this 13 for the race lead. So Todd Robillard here trying to get around Colin Matiak. Good battle right there. The 90 finally gets around the 13 car. 13 keeps fighting back on the high side, just as I say that. 13 side by side with the 90. Arthur Vietta's watching this out of the front of his machine. Got this out of the front of Arthur Vietta's machine, and he's trying to figure out who to go with here. 13 or the 90. These guys are still side by side. Looks like the 13's got a little bit of an advantage there. 90 keeps him honest, running down on that inside line. Touches that to apron just a little bit. So again, good side-by-side racing here. Matiak on the outside line here as these guys starting to roll up on some lap traffic. So Robillard ends up getting that spot. Now we got some lap traffic just ahead. These guys catching up to this lap traffic in a hurry. Oh, contact right there. Gilmar Peixoto might have gotten off into the wall. And comes over and gets into, oh, there's more contact. More contact there. Peixoto hanging on to that thing, but man, there was some contact. Holy smokes. That got crazy right there. This is Peixoto after the fact. Watch this. He gets into the wall right here, and Christian Wilson just absolutely has nowhere to go. Gets right into the back of the 5X machine. That started a little bit earlier, to be honest with you. Take a look at the 5X. Right here is these guys starting to roll up on him. So looking out of the back of his machine, and they're coming in a hurry, man. And I think he's doing a little mirror driving, but he gets into the wall right there and then comes over and almost takes out the leader. Now Christian Wilson has got some damage he's dealing with as these guys are trying to get by. This is a little bit earlier. Right there, Christian Wilson getting into the 5X machine. He loses a couple positions. Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine. 82, Tim Lansbury battling it out. This is for the 12th position. Thiago Gomez now picking up that spot. 5X, Gilmar Peixoto coming down pit lane. He's got some damage. He's going to get that repaired. Colin Matiak now back by Todd Robillard. Making that pass. Take a look at this pass here. As Colin Matiak gets by the 90 and reclaims the first position. Artiviera here battling the 90 car now too. Maybe the 90's got a little bit of damage from that contact. He's going to lose another position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is going to get by as well. Bardelli Jr. looking like he wants to get around. Take a look at this, the 54. Yeah, Palumbo, they're trying to get through. Sean Jacobs in this mix as well. This is a gang. This is just a gang of cars right here. These guys have kind of broken away from them a little bit. It's 13 and the 4. Sean Jacobs here trying to get through. He's battling that 90 car on board here with the 24. Sean Jacobs, he started in the back, man. And now has that car up to the, I think I just lost my connection here. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm all right on one of my machines, but this one is DOA at the moment. Uh-oh. So we're trying to get this thing booted back up here. Just be patient. We know how this works. This is rFactor 2. Well, unfortunately, folks, I'm not going to be able to restart this, I don't think. See if we can't try another way. Looks like we are coming back online here, maybe. We'll try to get a little audio here from this feed. Well, we're booting back in. Man, what the heck happened there? Somebody left the server there. We'll take a look at our race leader here. This is Artie Vieira here, the race leader. Hopefully you guys are still tuned in. Trying to second PC stream. Not quite as exciting, but nonetheless, this is how we deal with it. But yeah, man, I couldn't even boot. Could not even get out of rFactor 2 in my main machine. So Artie Vieira is leading the race here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. shown in the second position. And Palumbo third. Sean Jacobs is fourth. Colin Madiak running in the fifth position. Lucas Simpner is sixth. He's still trying to boot back in. Take a look at Lucas Simpner and Colin Madiak. They're battling it out. Lucas Simpner inside line there. Colin Madiak into 13, picking up the fifth position. Christian Wilson here picking up the 11th position, getting around Tiago Gomez. Very interesting. They never had a program there stick that much. And I think we are coming back in here, so take a little bit. So Artie Vieira is the race leader. Madiak and Sean Jacobs here battling it out too. Sean Jacobs on the outside line. Colin Madiak on the inside line. Madiak making that pass. The 13 car. Sorry, I don't have the tower from this view, but Artie Vieira is the leader here. Todd Robillard picking up a spot. Getting around Chris Hughes, picking up the 7th position. Todd Robillard on the inside line here, getting around that 7 car, picking up P7. Christian Wilson continuing to move forward here, battling Tim Lansbury for the 10th position. So Chris Wilson now moving up to P10. Lansbury back to the 11th spot. Sean Jacobs, I think he wants that spot back, man. I tell you what, he's going down to the inside line here, battling Colin Madiak. Madiak in the 13 up on the outside line as Sean Jacobs in the 24 now picks up P4. They have pitted. I'm getting a question there in the chat session. Do we know if they've pitted yet? Yes, they have. It was during the disaster. So Artie Vieira continuing to lead the field here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. shown in second. Ed Palumbo is third. Sean Jacobs fourth. Colin Madiak is fifth. Lucas Simpner sixth. Todd Robillard seventh. Chris Hughes eighth. Zach Muncasey running in the 9th position. Christian Wilson running in 10th. All right, look at that. We're coming back. We're getting there. We're getting there. Never fear. We'll be back at it before you know it. We'll get back. This is 110 laps. We'll come back at lap 109. thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you guys understanding there. I mean, anybody who's watching this knows rFactor 2. Look at this, man. The 24 and the 54 battling it out. Wow, man, 24 showing a lot of muscle here. As he is now moving up to the third position. 54 at Palumbo back to fourth. And Colin Madiak starting to put some pressure on him. Lucas Simpner also in this mix. He's up on the outside line, working that outside line there, trying to get around Colin Madiak. So while Lucas Simpner moves up to P, now he's going to get around Ed Palumbo here and pick up P4. So Madiak continuing to move forward, now up to the fourth position. Ed Palumbo now back to fifth. Christian Wilson here getting around Zach Munkasey. And we're just about there, aren't we? Just about there. Hopefully. Oh, I got booted again. God, you gotta love that. Tim Lansbury trying to gain some spots here. He's down on the inside line trying to get around. Trying to get around Zach Munkasey. And he does. So he picks up P10. But Munkasey looking like he's battling back. Ed Palumbo gaining a spot there, as I think Madiak might be on pit lane. Look at this battle for the second position. Sean Jacobs in P2. Getting around Bardelli Jr. Simpner trying to get by as well. On board here with Sean Jacobs, now in the second position. You're having a lot of trouble, boys and girls, here with the broadcast tonight. Somebody left the server, I believe, and that's what precipitated that. Back up here with our race leader. This is Artur Vieira. Sean Jacobs in second. Lucas Simpner up to the third position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is fourth. Look at that. The 4 car coming down pit lane. You got to enter pit lane. Start your pit sequence. Entering turn 3. Coming around that apron. And the 4 car going to make a pit stop here. Giving up the race lead. So the race lead will now go to Lucas Simpner. He's gotten around Sean Jacobs. So the 21 car up to the race lead. Claudio Bardelli Jr. second, Ed Palumbo third, Todd Robillard fourth, Chris Hughes up to the fifth position. We got some guys on pit lane. Artur Vieira, Sean Jacobs on pit lane. And we're going to try this again. Let's try a different driver. So it looks like Sean Jacobs finishing up that pit stop there, or maybe he's coming down pit lane. Got so much stuff going on here, it's hard for me to tell at this point. Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. So 91 on pit lane. And Palumbo now in the second position. Simpner on pit lane. So our race leader coming down pit lane. Man, that looked fast. Holy smokes, that looked fast. Ed Palumbo on pit lane as well. The 90 on pit lane. So we got a lot of guys coming down pit lane. Christian Wilson still out there on the track. He may end up assuming the lead here as these guys are on pit lane. No, he's coming down pit lane. Watch this. We'll get disconnected again. So we see Christian Wilson coming down pit lane. Yeah, the main PC, for some reason, it keeps disconnecting once it tries to load the cars. This is the game, man. I mean, I will say this. I spend a lot of time playing this game, and I will say, if somebody's new getting into sim racing, and you want to get to rFactor 2, how are you going to hold the people that are want to play rFactor 2? How are you going to keep them when you have all of these things that go on with this game? How are you going to keep them interested in this game? Not going to happen. So Archer Vieta, the leader. Colin Matiak is second. Lucas Symphony running in the third position. Sean Jacobs running in P4. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is fifth. We've got a heck of a race going on. Too bad we're having all these problems. Look at this, man. This is a great battle here as Matiak using the inside line and making the pass. These guys coming up on some lap traffic as well. There's a 13 now to the race lead. This is a heck of a battle here. Sean Jacobs now to the race lead, so he got around Colin Matiak. So the 24 now to the race lead. Bardelli Jr. here in the 91 running in P3. Bardelli Jr. down to the inside here, battling the 13 car. This is for the second position. There's a Bardelli Jr. on the inside, Colin Matiak in the 13 on the outside line. And these guys having a good battle here. Sean Jacobs likes to see this, man. He wants to see this out of the back of his window and in his rearview mirror. It's a 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr., man, pinching him down as the 13 car. The 91 still trying to push that as Archer Vieta now in this mix. 91 getting by. Sean Jacobs hasn't been able to run away from these guys. Those guys racing side by side. And Sean Jacobs has not been able to run away from them. So the 24 of Sean Jacobs leading the field. We're having some issues, as you imagine. Somebody had disconnected and it locked my my main PC up. I think somebody lost their connection. And we're just trying to deal with it here, running the second PC. We got a battle for the race lead. Bardelli Jr. on the inside. He's going to take the race lead. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91. Now to the race lead. Sean Jacobs second. Colin Madiak is third. Artie Vieira fourth. Lucas Simpner is fifth. Todd Robillard running in the sixth position. Chris Hughes is seventh. Bardelli Jr. showing a lot of muscle here. So nose to tail about the first 5 cars, and good battle here between the 82 and the 30. 82 Tim Lansbury on the inside line to 30. Chris Wilson on the outside line. This is battle for the 9th position. Christian Wilson in the 30 car going to take over that 9th spot. So a good run for him, running in P9. Well, right now we've cleared the shaders and the C-Bash, and we'll see if that works. You know, that's about the only thing we can do. Sean Jacobs says, I do not want to run at P2 any longer. Now going to P1 at 24 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. back to the second position, although Colin Madiak there hold and serve. Running in the third position. Artie Vieira running in P4. Take a look at Artie Vieira here running in the fourth position. These guys starting to roll up on some lap traffic here a little bit. On board here with Artie Vieira. As the 9X up in the wall there. Trying to get out of the way. Sean Jacobs, Bardelli Jr., Madiak, Vieira, Simpner, top 5. On board here with Lucas Simpner in the 21 car. He is running in P5. Todd Robillard in the 90, running in the 6th position. And that 24 car wanting to get another win under his belt. Here we go, man. We're going to try this again. Let's try try another car. Take a look at Todd Robillard here. He's running in P6. Todd, right now, a little bit off the pace there, about 9 seconds or so, if I can read my screen. At 9.6 seconds off the race lead. Try a non-yellow car. I'm trying anything and everything I can, man. Trying to keep this stream going. Always look forward to these races on Friday nights, and we got a good field here tonight. We've just had some issues. I think some guys are trying to port in their own skins. I don't know at this point. We have never allowed that in the Xfinity series, and I don't know why drivers think that they can do that all of a sudden. But we had 2 guys here trying to do that this evening, and that may be causing a problem. Guys trying to port in their own skin. 24, Sean Jacobs leading the field here. We'll take a look at Tim Lansbury here running in the 10th position. Chris Wilson just ahead of him in 9th. Ed Palumbo also up there as well now. Chris Hughes running in the 7 car. Is actually running in 7th position. Ed Palumbo running in the 8th position. In the 54. So we got some guys that are a little bit mixed around on the grid. Colin Matiak coming down pit lane, so I believe Matiak might be on pit lane. Let's see if this loads up here. Sean Jacobs, the leader. Bardelli Jr. second. Simpsoner in third. '24, Sean Jacobs, the race leader, coming down pit lane. Back. Holy smokes, man. Holy smokes. We are back, I believe. Woo! I don't get it. It's this game, bro. Got a little bit of shenanigans going on with the timer right now, but we'll get that worked out. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to kick in. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the race leader. My heavens, man. 24, excuse me, the second position is the 21 of Lucas Simpsoner. Artivieta shown in the third position. We'll get the tower up here as Artivieta coming down pit lane. So Artivieta making a pit stop here as we'll take a look at that again. Coming off the track to come down pit lane. Lucas Simpsoner back now to the race lead. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the second position. Ed Palumbo is third. We'll take a look at Ed Palumbo in the 54 car running in P3 now. Running behind Simpner, so a good run here for Ed Palumbo. Simpner now to the race lead there. Bardelli Jr. second. So Bardelli Jr. has come down pit lane. He's on pit lane. Got to be thinking that Simpner is going to be coming down pit lane here fairly soon. And he is. So Simpner coming off track to come down pit lane. Again, Palumbo's going to assume the race lead here, I believe. So Simpner on pit lane. Ed Palumbo, I think, is going to come to the race lead here in that yellow sponsor machine. Now he's coming down pit lane, so he is not going to take the race lead. Go back to our side-by-side view here as take a look at Sean Jacobs. Now Simpner on back out on track here, running in P1. Timing tower's not working yet here. Sometimes it takes a little while for this, for some reason, on this mod, these stock car mods. For some reason, I think since they're custom mods, they times it takes a little bit. Vieira is now to the race lead here, so Archer Vieira, the race leader. Kalamadiak in second. Simpner now in the third position. Sean Jacobs fourth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is fifth. Madiak, you got to be thinking, man, he is just waiting to pounce. Always a factor to win these races, Colin Madiak. Put our backup tower here as how much of the race did we try to get this stuff back? And you're at lap 96, scheduled to go 110. Using the backup tower here. Lucas Simpner running in the third position. Sean Jacobs is fourth. Who would I call to win this race, man? No, you can't change your pick to Archer. I'm the one who called Archer at the beginning of the race, but this race is not over, man. Long time for being over here. But Archer Vieira in the 4-car is the race leader. I apologize, man, all the problems we've had here. We'll try to... oh, man! I tell you what, I don't think the cautions are on. Colin Madiak running in the second position. Lucas Simpner running in third. Looks like we're back up here. 10 laps to go. My God. So Vieira first, Matiak second, Siffer third, Jacobs fourth, Bardelli Jr. fifth. Robillard in the sixth position, Chris Hughes seventh, Ed Palumbo eighth, Tim Lansbury ninth, Christian Wilson shown in the 10th position. Holy smokes, man. This has been an awful broadcast, but I appreciate you guys hanging out here. Holy smokes, man. I guess that's why I use a second computer. Bardelli Jr. and Sean Jacobs here battling it out. This is for the 4th position. Bardelli Jr. the inside of Sean Jacobs, and the 91 is going to pick up that spot. It's the 24, now back to the 5th position. We are winding it down, man, but I'll tell you what, better look out of the back of your car, Arthur Vieira, because that 13, Colin Matiak, is on the move. Half a second down right now. Simpler in the 3rd position, Bardelli Jr. in 4th, Jacobs in the 5th position. Robillard in 6th, Hughes, Chris Hughes in the 7th position, Palumbo in 8th, Lansbury 9th, Christian Wilson running in the 10th position. Now 0.4 of a second. 13 closing in on Vieira, now down to 0.3 of a second. This is about ready to get interesting, boys and girls. These guys have had some contact with each other before. Oh, the 13 gets wide coming off the turn and smacks the wall. He's going to scrub off some speed there. Simpner now pushing on the inside, so now 13's got to play a little guard your yard. That was one of the keys to the race. Make sure you hang on to what you have. Vieira says, you guys go ahead and race it out. Matiak back up on the horse. The Mustang. The Mustang versus Camaro. Classic battle here to the finish. 5 laps to go. Can Arthur Vieira hang on? Colin Matiak in the 13. He's got Luca Simpner in the 21 to worry about as well. Luca looking on the inside line. That 21 car. Luca Simpner looking on the inside, and Matiak now looking on the inside of Vieira. Simpner's got a good run here down the straightaway. Simpner wants around. Matiak's going to have to play a little bit of a defense. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this mix as well. The 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. says, you leave that inside open, I'm going to take it. This is a 4-way battle for the race win. Sean Jacobs back there in 5th. He says, you guys go ahead, man. Race it out. Wreck each other. And I'll take the win. Vieira. Oh, Vieira hits a wall. That may give Colin Matiak the room he needs to be able to try to make this pass. Matiak in the 13. Down on the inside line. Looks like he has cleared the 4 car. The 21 trying to get through. Colin Matiak. Lap 108 taking the race lead. Across the start-finish line, we have 2 to go. So Matiak in the 13 car to the race lead. Simpner gets by Vieira. 2 laps to go. That 4 car now back to the 4th position. Down the backstretch. Colin Matiak in the 13. 21, Luca Simpner running in 2nd. Can Luca close in? He has got a run on Colin Matiak. Matiak trying to play some defense here. Good four-way battle. Colin Madiak down the backstretch. Simpner's got a run. Simpner has a heck of a run here on Colin. A couple of our young guns battling for the race win. Coming off the final turn. It looks like Colin Madiak's going to hold on for the race win. Late race pass. Colin Madiak gets the win here at Nashville. It's been so long, I forgot where we were at. 21, Lucas Simpner finishes in the second position. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes third. Artie Vieira finishes fourth. Sean Jacobs finishes in the fifth position. So Madiak, every time I see the side of that car, I think it says Hornet's Nest. Honest Speed Shop gets the race win. So congratulations to Colin Madiak. He gets the race win. Congratulations to him. My gosh, man. Thanks, guys, for being patient here tonight. Terrible. I feel sick that we had that issue there. So Colin Madiak gets the win. Congratulations to him. We'll see if we can't get the rundown of the session results. Colin Madiak gets a win. Lucas Simpner finishes in the second position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes third. Artie Vieira finishes fourth. Sean Jacobs finishes in the fifth position. Todd Robillard finishes sixth. Chris Hughes finishes seventh. Ed Palumbo finishes in the eighth position. Tim Lansbury ninth. Christian Wilson finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in the 11th position is Zach Casey in the 29. Tiago Gomez finishes in the 12th position. Givaldo Spindola finishes in 13th. Danilo Coelho finishes 14th. Gilmar Peixoto finishes in 15th. Finishing in the 16th position is Dan Richter. So congratulations to Colin Madiak on getting the win here tonight. So we'll see if we can't get him up in the booth with us and have a chat. All right, Colin Madiak joining us up here in the broadcast booth and gets the win with a late race pass on Artie Vieira. I tell you what, man, a lot of good racing there.
The racing was fantastic. Not a moment where my heart wasn't racing the entire time.
Well, I mean, you and Arthur and Luca, Claudio Bardelli Jr., Todd was up there, Sean was up there for a while. So a lot of great battles with all you guys. And, you know, you smacked the wall there with a few laps to go, maybe 5 to go or so. Did you think that your night was done when you hit the wall?
No. The car luckily bounced off instead of being eaten alive. But I was nervous because I was very close on fuel. I only had about a third of a lap as I came across the line left. But just so many people battling for the top spot. This field is unbelievably competitive.
And how about this track, too? I think the track really lends itself to some really, really good racing.
Yeah, there's many grooves, and I mean, as Ricky Bobby once said, the car just kind of felt like a spaceship out there.
Well, next week, that's a good one. Next week, you got Chicagoland Speedway. A little bit of a tricky track, I think. Can get a little loose on you late in the runs. 98-lap race there. How do you feel about that mile and a half?
A lot of tracks similar to it, but anytime it gets loose late in the run, I'm a big fan of it. It makes it more challenging to drive.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations. Dad was watching, it looks like. You got Bella Van Meter also cheering you on. So a lot of folks in here watching the stream here. We had a little trouble with the stream tonight, but we got back just in time to see you win.
All right.
All right. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Heath.
All right, that's Colin Madiak joining us up here in the booth and getting the win here at Nashville. And, man, a fun track, man, but I feel it's real sick about the broadcast working out the way that it did, but we were able to keep it going and keep plugging away and get it back up there. But so tough break there all around. Sometimes you get those things. You try to, you're given a bad situation, you try to make the best of it. That's what we did tonight. Coming up tomorrow, we got High Octane Racing League GT3 Series at Daytona Road Course, 50-minute race, starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it should be a fantastic race. Daytona Road Course, always a good one, and you'll make sure you join us here on TurnLeftTV to watch that live, and I don't think we'll have the problems that we did today. Seems like this is a little bit of a mod-specific or maybe even a build-specific type of thing that happens now. Then High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be headed your way. Coming up tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Saturday Night Thunder. Great one. Bristol Motor Speedway, 200 laps, race number 5 of the season, and it should be a fantastic race if you want to come out and join us. That's coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. Well, I'm going to go take my lumps here, man. I'm going to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the broadcast. Wow, I was so excited about this race, and this is it was a tough one. That darn rFactor 2 closing out on us, but we made the best of it. And again, thanks for joining us here. And sorry we had the problems that we did, but nothing I could have done any differently, really, and other than just try to get that thing booted back up. And anybody who knows rFactor 2 knows these things happen. Certainly. So again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here and help me out here at TurnLeftTV. That's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Thanks so much for joining us. And guess what? I'm out of here.